broke last night when I saw that Skadden Arps disbanded its affinity groups. In my last couple of years of recruiting, I've seen three things that associates are looking for. One, of course, they're looking for their salary and billable hours. They want to know that they're going to get paid and what kinds of hours they're going to be committing to. The second thing that they're asking me about is whether or not there might be hybrid or remote opportunities depending on their situations. And then the third one is whether or not affinity groups and an active DEIB program exists at a law firm. The reason why associates are really hyper conscientious of these types of programs these days is because they want to know as they start their careers or as they make their move to another firm that they want to make that their forever home, that they're going to be putting in all this energy and hours and time and years into a firm's existence and profitability, that that firm also has their back. They want to know that that firm is going to be with them through all the different walks of life, whether or not it's, they decide to have children. So affinity groups include parenting groups, that there's going to be a group that's supportive of them and understanding of the different things that they may be experiencing as a parent while working at a law firm. They also are supportive of veterans, people who have spent time in the military or who still are like on reserve duty and take weekends away from a firm and from firm life. They want to know, because when there is an existence of those kinds of groups, there is an appreciation and understanding for their specific needs. The same is true, of course, of your groups that are focused on persons of color and LGBTQ, which are two areas that have been singled out in this DEIB set of efforts as negative. These groups provide resources for people who are experiencing things differently from other folks around them. Affinity groups are open to everybody. They're open to allies and people that are there to listen and learn from their peers about what it is that they are experiencing in their day-to-day lives and how it might affect their time with the firm work. When you have affinity groups, you also are generally going to have policies that are friendlier to those groups that accommodate and take into consideration their needs during different times. So for example, for parenting leave, sick children, being able to accommodate and understand and create policies that accommodate for parents who have children that are at home that need to be assisted. All of these things factor into a long-term succession plan for any law firm. They factor into workplace well-being. They factor ultimately into workplace retention. Again, we talked about this a moment ago. Associates and partners that make a choice to go to a law firm want to know that when they put in that time and energy, that firm has their back. So eliminating affinity groups or not even participating. I mean, that was the bigger complaint maybe a year and a half or so ago, 2 years ago. We were talking about how leadership needs to be involved more in affinity groups so that leadership has a set of eyes and ears on them and understands and can truly be invested in the well-being of the people that they employ. People want to know that their back is being had. They want to go work for you, law firms, and spend time for you. Yes, there is a transaction component to it where they get paid for their time. But there is something to be said for loyalty, which doesn't always happen in law.